Guys, what the fuck? Why is it so hard to get a job? Yesterday, or I guess it was 2 days ago, I was talking about how I had an opportunity because my coworker was like, yo, hop on this. As soon as I heard, I hopped on it. All right, I'm gonna go in person because it's always better to go in person. I go in person in my most dapper look, you know, gentleman. Tight shirt, dress pants, nice shoes. I show up, I look professional, I try to act professional. I get interview number 1. Great sign. He informed me that you should look out for wine knowledge and cocktail knowledge, which makes sense. It's a fine dining restaurant. You're in a Brazilian steakhouse on the strip. Of course you need to know that shit. I spend hours, literally hours studying wines and figuring out like how bold wines are great with fatty meats and all this shit. And I'm like studying and rehearsing and all this nonsense, prepping my meal for the next day so that I can wake up at 7 in the morning, do my cardio, and then head out to my interview that's right before my work shift. Keep in mind, these are like opposite sides of the fucking state. I have to like go all the way over here and then all the way over here. I'm really trying to get this fucking job just for them to be like, come back in a month. The guy was perfect. He said I would be a great fit for the team. It's just like people have to quit first and there's a list, so there's people ahead of you. Everyone has equal opportunity, all that bullshit. And I'm just like, fuck my life. So again, I'm too late, which fucking sucks. But is what it is, man. Cutting is hard because I haven't eaten in hours. I ate at 7, it's like 7:45, or I guess I did my cardio, so I probably ate at 8 o'clock. It's 6. That's why having a life outside of the gym is borderline impossible when you're cutting, especially because your goal, like your life revolves around food, and it takes a lot of effort to like execute that. We have this. Oh, it's gone because I fucking ate that shit as soon as I could. Ah! I need a... Anyways, gym time. So here's the game plan. I'm gonna run a mock peak week sort of thing. And I was waiting until I got closer to the show. Turns out closer to the show is now, because it's in like 4 weeks. My plan is to do everything normal. You know, I've dropped my calories. I have my last muffin today, so everything is going normal. And then I'm still gonna do my refuel day on Friday. And then Saturday, Sunday are gonna be extreme low carb days. So like almost no carb, into a 3-day carb refuel of like probably, I would say 300 grams a day, or maybe like 400, 200 or something like that, to just kind of see what would happen with those amount of carbs specifically, and like see how my body will react and whether I'll spill over with that amount, just like as a practice test. Yo, what's good, bro? Get your big ass out of my aim. Nah.
4 weeks out?
Yeah, 4 weeks out.
Listen to this guy, he knows what he's talking about.
Ooh, all right. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah. 9. Shit. That's the guy who was helping me out pose, by the way. He's the 35-year-old goated motherfucker, by the way. There's a dude here with massive triceps. Crazy looking. Guys, I went a little ape shit at Walmart. I know I said I felt like I wasn't allowed to buy anything of pleasure that wasn't absolutely necessary until I paid off my debt. I caved. I bought all of the sparkling water that I normally buy, and this little $3 water additive thing, the Electrolyte Arctic Frost Great Value water flavor thing. I bought that. I know, bougie. And I also bought zero sugar blueberry Arizona tea for $3. And I was like, holy shit, this gotta taste super good. It's all right. It's not very good. The flavor isn't very strong, to be expected, but I was expecting amazingness and I got like a 5 out of 10. Whatever, it's a different flavor than water. I'm gonna take it at this point. Although me drinking all of this stuff is making it harder to drink water because I'm kind of drinking a bunch of other shit, so I gotta watch that. Nope. Guys, I'm kind of fried today. I know I've been up for a while, but damn. Okay, this week I hit a little bit of like a mental hill, and it all comes from, I watched a cooking video of a dude baking his secret recipe cookies, and for fuck's sake, I couldn't not click the video. I tried to not, and I had to. I don't know why. My brain was so determined into watching that video. Bro, I watched the hell out of that video. I watched every single second.
I was just like, God damn. Cravings are probably at a little bit of an all-time high. Diet fatigue is up there, especially now that I've told myself that I have to get rid of one of my refuel days, which is basically like all I can look forward to, low-key. Eating lean meats and fuck ton of vegetables is starting to get a little bit old. A little bit. Not yet, it still tastes phenomenal, but I definitely want something different, like crumble cookie.
Welcome to Cheat Meal Life and the Crumble Cookie 10,000 Calorie Challenge.
Fuck! I'd love to make my own low-calorie version of like some bullshit cookies, but that's just not in my cards right now. We have to be super strict with macros. Ugh. Ugh. Only one way to get hella diced, right? Ugh. 5, 11, 9. It's a little discouraging because I'm not seeing any like visual changes or any drastic changes. So it's like almost like my work is for nothing when I know it's not. I know it's not. But if I could get some fucking aspirations, that would be nice. Just at least a little bit. I know like my vascularity is pretty good, even on this ridiculously low amount of carbs. I am very excited to see how this practice peak week is gonna go. I have to write my meal plans for no carb and then really, really high carb. And I'm wondering if it's okay for me to be in a caloric surplus for those days, or if I'm literally supposed to only eat carbs those days to be as low calorie as possible. So like practically almost getting rid of my protein and 100% getting rid of my fat, and it's literally just carb. That doesn't sound right because protein is necessary. So I think I just get 3 free bulk days, guys, which is fucking awesome. And this might sound like cope, like, oh, this guy is just trying to find an excuse to eat more food. Yes, but at the same time, I also need to see how my body's gonna react to a specific amount of carbs. If I overspill, I know it's less than 700 or 800 or whatever I'm gonna eat, you know? I have to practice this, and I also have to see what foods will work well with like what situation and all that nonsense. It's most likely gonna be a lot of rice, probably pasta, and probably my fucking cookie dough recipe, because that's hella carb. We'll see though. Fast digesting for sure. I am pretty excited to have the inconvenience of eating again. I can't wait to be like, oh damn, time to eat again. That sounds phenomenal. Although I do forget sometimes that I do look pretty fucking cool. Like I'm walking and sometimes I get a glimpse in the mirror of me walking and it's like, damn, where's your waist, bro?
Yo, Jordan.
You know what I'm saying? Because I have a pretty good waist insertion and my shoulders to waist ratio is pretty decent. Whenever I'm bulking, I just kind of look like a normal guy. You don't get the benefit of, whoa, that guy's fucking lean. You just kind of become normal. So it's unfortunate when you're bulking because you stand out a lot less. So you gotta enjoy the suffering a little bit. Try to find the good in the bad. Both sides has its pros and cons, and all I've been thinking about recently are the cons. That being said, I did look up whether or not you're supposed to be in some sort of temporary surplus with your refuel. And the answer is yes, and that got me all kinds of excited. So my 800 grams of carbs, 800 times 4 is 3,200. 3,200 calories in 3 days of pure carb. And it's gonna be nothing but fucking rice and full carb tortillas and like potatoes. And I will inform you guys the results. The 2 days prior to that are gonna suck because gym performance is gonna be at an all-time low most likely. Because like I said, I'm still dropping my carbs. Overall, like the overall total of carbs are gonna be down because I'll be out of muffins. And I'm not buying more. On top of that, I'm gonna drop them even lower 2 days prior to the refuel so that my carb sensitivity is at an all-time high. That's the plan. Glycemic sensitivity, I think is what it's called, I'm not sure. It'll be a lot of energy drinks and it'll be basically a lot of protein. The farts are gonna be brutal. Protein and eggs, baby, because I'm gonna probably have to drop my vegetables a little bit too. Even though vegetables are a minuscule amount of carbs, and the carbs that are in vegetables are basically fiber for the most part. Let's see, actually, because I have all the macros broken down. My total carbs are 104. Standard, you would want, I think 4 grams per pound, and I'm 190 fucking pounds, so you know, we're a little bit under. I'm getting a lot of carbs from, the cauliflower has 6, turkey bacon has 2, mushrooms has 3, I'm not eating mushrooms anymore. Greek yogurt has 1, so I can keep my Greek yogurt. Here we go, meal 3, pre-gym meal, has 36 because of the 170 grams of diced hash brown frozen potatoes that I'm eating. So we'll probably replace that with, who the fuck knows, something with no carb. Probably eggs and vegetables, more of them. Although I only have 140 calories to work with, that's 2 eggs. My tortilla is a fiber tortilla, so it only has 4 grams of carbs. So I could probably keep that. Getting rid of the muffin is minus 23. So literally my main carb source is gonna be cauliflower, which I think once 23 plus 30 whatever, so 50 something. So I'll be cutting my carbs in half once I get rid of the potatoes and the muffin. That'll probably be good, right? Sub 50 is what we were going for. I think that's what I said last time was sub 50. So I think that'll be good. We'll see if I'll take it even farther. Maybe I can push 0 or like sub 10. We'll see. If I do that, it's literally just gonna be eggs. I thought at first it was gonna be kind of difficult to get all of my carbs in for the refuel, because like 400, holy shit, or like 300. 90 grams of rice is like 80 grams of carbs. 190 grams, 90 grams of potatoes, whatever it is. I was eating something a couple weeks ago, like 3-4 months ago, and my carbs were at like 235, and I was barely eating anything. So I think it's gonna be mad easy, honestly. I take it fully back. My cookie dough recipe is 20, 40, 20, 54 grams. Light work. Cookie dough plus rice plus full carb tortilla. That's already 200. Slap some fucking potatoes in there. It's like 200 grams of carbs per potato. I don't know what the actual macros are, but I know it's a lot. It'll be cake. If anything, I'm gonna have to hold myself back, which is unfortunate, but whatever. Seems more realistic now. If it was as simple as you're as full as many carbs as you can eat, as you could stomach, then I'd do fucking 2,000 grams. And there's some motherfuckers who are up there in the 1,000, 1,500 gram mark, but they're also they're pushing 300 pounds lean, you know what I'm saying? So that's not me, yet. I always kind of thought muscle maturity was kind of bullshit, because like what the hell even is muscle maturity? Microfiber tears in the muscle itself, which adds graininess, I think is kind of how you could look at muscle maturity. Is that what gives you like that grainy, dry look? But then at the same time, if that's the thing that's developed over years, how do some people get it faster than others, you know? Genetics, maybe? It kind of doesn't make sense at all to me. I'm wondering how much of a factor that plays into looking smooth. Let's say I'm the same body fat percentage, same weight, but in like 3 years while staying consistent with like weightlifting, will I look more grainy because my fibers are more fucked up? You know how old heads who have been lifting for 4 decades look more grainy? Is that because of like muscle fiber micro tear bullshit? Who knows? Probably, right? Nope. I think it's in my best interest to do posing practice before cardio, because I've noticed I can't fucking flex whenever I finish my cardio.